Dakota Ditcheva was competing in mixed martial arts for the first time, and her opponent walked into the cage with confidence, believing that an unknown rookie would win easily.
I'm expecting a tough one. There's been quite a bit of talk. She's given quite a bit of talk to start with, so I'm expecting her to bring it, but it's nothing I'm not used to, so it's nothing that I'm not going to cope with. She's good stand-up, she's good on the floor, so I'm excited to get in there and have a good fight. That's what I'm here to do, so, let's just see how it goes when we get...
At the time, Dakota was just starting her career and wasn't well known, but her opponent was unaware that this would be her
MMA debut. Obviously got a vast experience in Thai boxing.
Thai boxing 11-1, I think 11-1-1 actually. Her mum a Thai boxer, but she said her style's like her mum's, forward and aggressive, and that's exactly what we're getting tonight.
Yeah, big pressure straight away. She just has to be careful, obviously, in Thai.
We're going to talk about Dakota Ditcheva's first mixed martial arts fight in this Boxing Planet video. At the time, most people didn't know Dakota's actual skills, and her opponent came into the match overconfident, expecting to beat the novice with ease. The fact that Leonora Silvia Nascimento, a talented MMA fighter, was her opponent added difficulty to the challenge, but the outcome wasn't what was anticipated. What seemed to be a simple victory took an unexpected turn because Silvia had no idea that this would be her last fight. On March 23, 2019. This momentous debut took place during the first round of UKFC 9. But as soon as the first bell rang, it became clear that Dakota was not your typical debutante. She had something to say. Nascimento advanced, intending to challenge Dakota with sharp blows in an attempt to make her defensive. Dakota, however, reacted to her pressure by circling with fluid footwork and throwing jabs to keep her opponent honest.
One actually, her mum a Thai boxer, but she said her style's like her mum's, forward and aggressive, and that's exactly what we're getting tonight.
Yeah, big pressure straight away. She just has to be careful, obviously. In Thai, you clinch, it's not working, you get separated. You don't want to punch yourself into a clinch too often.
Nice
got
knee in the middle.
Learn to take a step back and land the shots. But very strong there.
On the ground, Dakota demonstrated composure and skill much beyond her area of expertise. She tried to throw up, twisted her hips, worked for submissions from her back, and kept Nascimento from settling comfortably on top. At one point, her opponent cautiously defended when she threatened to employ a triangle choke. Dakota's adaptability and fight IQ were evident throughout the round, despite the scrambles and ground exchanges. But from the corner, she heard her coach's voice cautioning her against participating in grappling competitions, as the first round was coming to a close. Nascimento had applied pressure, but Dakota had shown she wasn't afraid. She had done well on the test, shown flexibility, and retaliated in a brilliant way. The audience thought that the second round might be different if Dakota had heeded the counsel from her corner. When the bell rang for round 2, Dakota came out more focused and immediately made her stand-up skills known. In order to throw clean combos, she maintained her range and combined leg kicks with her jab. Nascimento, still hostile, tried to approach, but Dakota's timing was ideal. Then came the crucial moment. As Nascimento took a step forward, Dakota delivered a perfectly timed right hand. As it crashed flush, it obviously surprised her opponent and jolted her. The audience shouted as Nascimento stumbled and tried desperately to get back up. Sensing the finish line, Dakota leaped. She delivered accurate blows and used punches to overwhelm her opponent. As the referee got closer, Nascimento was unable to defend effectively any longer, so the official had to step in and stop the game. Dakota Ditcheva won her maiden fight by TKO in the second round in an instant. The crowd erupted in cheers as Dakota triumphantly raised her arms, and the MMA world instantly started discussing her name. It was a showcase for her technique, strength, and striking ability rather than a challenging test against an experienced opponent. NASA, once confident, was left with disbelief and humiliation. Dakota's journey to fame had officially begun about the same time, Now let's look at some of Dakota's other noteworthy fights. Dakota competed against Patricia Voorhees at the United Kingdom Championship on November 27, 2021. At the time, Dakota was already gaining a strong reputation for her keen skills and steadfast tenacity. Fans were beginning to notice a potential star's talent, and this battle was only another phase in her evolving career. Immediately after the first round's opening bell rang, Dakota Ditcheva asserted her dominance. She immediately took charge of the middle of the cage. His aggressive but light-footed movement immediately put Patricia Voorhees on the defensive. Her early blows were a measure of distance, sharp punches that kept Voorhees at far while allowing Ditcheva to study her reactions. One important contributing aspect was Ditcheva's goal in the first minute. She expertly strung together sharp punches and strong low kicks to disrupt Voorhees' mobility and prevent her from finding her rhythm. Every time she attempted to advance, a quick intercepting stroke forced Voorhees to retreat. Ditcheva's confidence grew with each positive interaction, and she advanced with accuracy. At the 1-minute mark, Ditcheva used a perfect 1-2 combination to convey a clear message. The blows landed flush, and Voorhees was clearly frightened and pushed back towards the cage. Ditcheva then used a powerful right hand to pin her opponent to the fence and prevent them from escaping. After cornering Voorhees, Ditcheva began a relentless assault of combinations, concentrating on the head and chest. As the round continued, Ditcheva's pressure grew until it was intolerable. Halfway through the round, she surprised Voorhees with another strong right hand, and he instantly ducked to protect himself. Ditcheva took advantage of the situation and launched a close-quarters assault. With swift, compact strikes and uppercuts, she began to charge in, causing Voorhees to clinch as he tried to slow the attack. The round ended with a little more than a minute remaining. Ditcheva kept Voorhees pushed against the cage and began to hurl elbows at him. The first couple connected with lethal impact, and Ditcheva resolutely followed up with a series of quick, slicing elbows as Voorhees' defenses collapsed. When the referee noticed that Voorhees was no longer properly defending herself, she stepped in and waved her off at 358 of the first round. Ditcheva was proclaimed victorious via TKO. With the win, Dakota Ditcheva made a powerful statement by demonstrating her precision, composure, and lethal striking power. Both her Muay Thai ancestry and the talent that would ultimately enable her to achieve greater success were brilliantly shown. We appreciate you watching. Dakota Ditcheva has once again shown why she is one of the most formidable opponents in the fight game. From her debut to the fights she continues to win, Dakota has shown that her strength, quickness, and unyielding spirit make her practically unbeatable, regardless of who gets into the cage to fight her. One thing is for sure: Dakota Ditcheva constantly goes above and beyond expectations, proving why she is never lost. Her journey is far from finished, and every conflict serves as a reminder that greatness is something that must be earned rather than given to her. We can't wait to see who will challenge her next. But history has already shown us that Dakota always wins out. If you enjoyed this analysis, please click the D